Today's demonstration needs a much better PA system, and my little music accompaniment is not very loud. However, Jeffrey, who is performing today, will need to hear the music, so if I could ask you please and kindly to save your applause until the end of his demonstration, so that he can still stay in time with the music. In the history of martial arts, the creation of new ways to defend oneself against another were often created out of necessity. Often, the rulers of an invading country would ban all weapons and all fight training in the countries they had conquered. Many of the traditional martial arts we practice today from Korea, China, Okinawa, and Japan were created during times such as these. The people of these countries learned to defend themselves with anything they had. Today's demonstration will illustrate some of the history and tools that have shaped the martial arts as we know it today. The bow staff. People have been using sticks for self-defense since time began. The modern word bow simply means stick in several East Asian languages. The bow is used in many ways to help people in their daily lives, often for carrying water supplies over their shoulders, herding animals, or for navigating small boats. The bow came into popularity as the commoner's weapon of choice. As a weapon, the bow has a long reach. It is effective in keeping swords and knives away from the body while striking your opponent from a much greater distance. Jeffrey will now perform for you a traditional Okinawan bow kata called Seijin Nobo.
Faster.
Nunchaku. The name Nunchaku comes from two words, nun meaning twin, and shaku, which is a measurement term that equals about 1 foot. The Nunchaku is used in many ways to help people in their daily lives. The two common held beliefs were that the Nunchaku were used in the threshing of rice and also as a part of a horse bridle. The nunchucks that we see today are a modified version of these tools. As a weapon, the nunchaku were easily hidden for defense against highwaymen and robbers. Its whip-like structure provided great power when striking up close, and the flexibility of the weapon aided in misdirection, when changing the angle of your attack. Jeffrey will now perform a Nunchaku kata called Gonkengo Degeki no Nunchaku. Nunchucks became highly popular in America. In the last century, due to Bruce Lee's use of them in the movies in the 1970s, and from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Michelangelo. The Kuwa. The Kuwa, or farming hoe, is the last tool to be demonstrated. In many countries, carrying a sword or spear would draw unwanted attention from both neighbors and soldiers. But a kuwa was a very common and unremarkable tool to have in one's possession. As a weapon, it's easy to imagine this tool for use in big dashing strikes with the bladed edge. Its usefulness does not end there though. It shares similar techniques with the bow staff as well as with the sword. When handling the in many instances, it can be used to throw dirt or sand into an opponent's eyes. When handling the kuwa, there are two hand positions. The sword position and the thrust position. Jeffrey's last demonstration is a traditional Okinawan kata called Kuwa